today Tarranpreet, a finalist in the 2022 edition of the Miss Canada Pageant. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. For those that don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, sure. So, as you already told, my name is Tarranpreet. I'm from India, Punjab. I came in Canada in December 2018 as an international student. It was a quite difficult journey, but I love Canada so far. I love Canada. I think it's my second home. If I go to India back, I'll miss Canada too much. But yes, it's like Canada has taught me a lot. And the thing I love most is it has different cultures that give me chance to interact with different
Mhm.
people, to know more, to learn more, and to learn more about different cultures on the earth.
Yeah, I really relate to that. I was also born overseas in Australia, and I think that if I was to go back there, I would also miss Canada a lot. It's a very special place.
Yeah, it's become second home now.
Absolutely, absolutely. I understand that. What would you say the biggest differences were you experienced when you first moved here?
So when I moved here, I was just 18 years old.
Mhm.
I didn't knew much about India because I was living with my parents, so I didn't quite got a chance to go out and explore myself with the people to talk about. So when I came here, I was all by myself,
And you
and
were
I
very young as well. You're a teenager moving to a foreign country. That's very brave.
well, it was like an adventure for me, and I was
Yeah.
excited to come here. I love adventures, so it was like, okay, wow, let's do it. So when I came here, I didn't knew anyone. I made all of my friends on my own, interacted with them, got some people that used me for some kind of things, and then like I learned a lot here, a lot I would say, and I think more than India. I love being in Canada because Canada has taught me the things in 8 months that India has not taught me in 18 years. So it was fun here. It's been almost like now 4 years I'm been here, and
Yeah,
I
you're a
I just
proper
see
local
myself.
now.
I see myself to be here in my future as well.
When you moved here, you said you made your own friends. That's a hurdle, I think, often when people move to a foreign country. How did you go about meeting people and making new friends?
So I was in a college that's in Scarborough, so I used to meet friends. Other My personality is kind of introvert. I'm
Mhm.
extrovert with people. I want to talk about. I want to learn more from them. I'm extrovert with them, but
Mhm.
otherwise I'm very much introvert. So firstly, it was very difficult for me to talk to people, to know about them, to tell them about me, so that they can be my friends. But
Mhm.
eventually, when I came out of this, that I can't be introvert anymore. I need to go out. I need to speak to people to make friends. I need to speak up for myself. That's
Mhm.
how I'll make friends. That's how I'll know people. Otherwise, I'm all by myself, living in a four-wall room. I can't be like this throughout my life. So it was just with the experiences that taught me that you need to go out, you need to speak, you need to make friends, and that's how I got to know people.
Great. So really you just decided to take the plunge and put yourself out there, and that did the
Correct,
trick.
correct. We have to go out. No one else will tell us that you need to do this. Eventually, I think we all learn ourselves to put in in the situations we are afraid of. And when we
Yes.
do the things we are afraid of, everything turns around so beautiful. Like I have experienced this multiple of times. Like the things I'm afraid of, when I do them, the first thing is my fear goes away, and the second thing is the new experiences come in that just blossom your life with
Yeah.
happiness. Yeah,
That's so true. Sometimes it's pushing past your comfort zone and then
correct.
where you get the rewards.
Yes,
Some fun, rapid fire, get to know you questions.
sure. Yes,
What is your favorite food?
I would say Indian food mostly, and vegetarian it should be. It's rajma chawal. It's
Mhm.
red beans and rice that we cook with Indian spices and stuff. It's very spicy, but
Delicious.
I would love to take you out somewhere in Montreal when you'll be there.
I would
Quebec.
love that. I would love to have your expert recommendation on Indian food.
Yeah, I love rajma chawal, but beside of that, I love poutine too.
That is, yeah, poutine is a very great thing that Canada has. I agree
Correct,
wholeheartedly.
correct.
What is your favorite book?
I read fiction books, just recently I read this It Ends With Us with Colleen Hoover. It was so great. Basically, I don't read more of fiction books. I read financing, investment books, or the books I get to learn from, you know. But I aspire to be an actor, so it's important for me to read fiction books. So I just read it and I finished it in 2 days, and it was so fun.
You mentioned you like reading finance and investment books. That's a
I
very
do.
niche category there.
I do. I have read a lot of investing and financing books, but what the most easy to learn, the person who don't have much knowledge, is the books that are written by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad and Poor Dad. They have a lot
Ah,
of
I've
books
heard of
on
this
that.
one.
Yeah, it's a book that does not have any difficult words,
Mhm.
jargons that we are not able to understand. It's for normal people. And I have read this book recommended by Warren Buffett, The Intelligent Investor. That is
Mhm.
also a good book. We get to know a lot about our own finances till the time we don't have anyone else to handle it, and we have to handle it on our own. So that is a great thing, because financing is one part that we should be aware of: how to save our money, how to invest our money, how to keep it growing.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
important and it's not something that I think is taught in most school systems. So it's great that you're going out and seeking that knowledge for yourself. So it sounds like you're maybe interested in the stock market then based on those reads.
I am. I just started investing a few months ago. I have
Mhm.
not invested more. It's just, I think, $200, because I'm still learning. I
Yeah.
don't want to, when you don't have a knowledge of a particular thing and you put money, it's just called gambling. And when you have
Yes,
a
it is.
knowledge and when you put the money after knowledge, that is called intelligent investing. So
Yes,
I just don't want
yes.
to gamble, stay, pray, just money will grow up. No, not like that. I want to learn it, how the things affect, how the stock market is affected by various elements. And
Yep.
when I'll get to know that, I'll definitely for sure invest.
Very wise, very wise. I like that advice. Would you say that you're a morning or a night person?
Well, I am becoming a morning person.
Okay, an aspiring morning person.
Yes, so I'll get up 2 hours before my day starts.
Mhm.
I'll take a bath, I'll go for a walk, and then I'll pray. I'll do some yoga and, our daily affirmations.
Yep.
I like to write everything I want to become.
Oh,
Um,
wonderful. And what sort of
so
things do you write down for your affirmations?
well, it's like the things that I have been in a place, because I was alone here. I was not having anyone to support me. I've been
Mhm.
in a place where I felt very lonely.
Mm.
And then after some time I realized that you need to be yourself. You can't, whenever you grow up, you can't just take every people with you. You have to leave some people to get up the ladder of the success. So I
Mhm.
was like, okay. And then my affirmations are like, I'm strong, I'm courageous, I can do, I am a dream achiever. Whatever I am dreaming of, I'll achieve it someday.
I love that. That's
Doesn't
very
matter.
inspiring morning motivation.
Yeah, it's like I read self-help books, I watch inspiring movies, I read memoirs of the people who have reached somewhere in their life, so that
Mm.
I can learn something from their experiences, and I can learn something from their mistakes that they have made that I would not be making in my life ahead.
I love that. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
When I was growing up, I just wanted to be this very strong woman that can stand up for herself. Doesn't matter who is standing in front of her. She
Mhm.
should stand for her rights, for her beliefs, and she should just be herself. She should not be like what people will think. Well, in India, I come from a very conservative family, and it's like women are not allowed to speak much. They are not allowed to wear what they want to wear, and
Mm.
I never wanted to be part of that society. So I think it was like I feel I always wished that I should be the woman I am today, the woman I'm still becoming, I want to be. So when I was there, I was not allowed to wear what I wanted to wear. I was not allowed to speak what was going in my head. And when
Mhm.
I came here today, I even sometimes argue with my parents, and they're like, "You're not allowed to argue like that." I'm like, "Why not? I am. It's my life. I should make the decisions." So it's like whatever you wish from your heart, you never know how it will become. because coming to Canada was nowhere near in my parents' head or in my head. It
Mhm.
just happened somehow that I'm here, and this is what I dreamt of one day, and I am living that dream. And I'm dreaming something today, and I'll be living that dream tomorrow. So it's like just never stop dreaming. You can achieve anything in the world you are thinking of.
Never stop dreaming. I like that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're becoming the woman that you would hope to be when you were a child, which is really beautiful to hear.
I am still becoming. I still sometimes think that I was not very confident girl. I just used to be very shy, very introvert, very less speaking. And whatever my parents say, I used to be like, okay, yes. I was very obedient. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter it's right or wrong. But
Mhm.
today, if I find something wrong, even if my parents say that, no, you don't have to do this. If they say, okay, you have to do this, I'll ask why. It should be my decision whether I have to do it or not. So women should get up to speak for themselves. Doesn't matter who in front of there is. It should be your belief whether you're right or not.
I
You know?
agree. I agree. I
Yeah.
think why is a great question to ask as well.
It's your life. Women sometimes are made feel guilty when they are thinking about themselves. Like mothers, if they take their own time, they just feel guilty that their kids are alone at home. If a wife is not at home, she's taking her own time. She'll still be thinking whether my husband has eaten something or not. It's
Mm,
not. It's your life. You should take time off. You should never be making women feeling guilty to take her own time or to loving herself. She can just take her time off.
yeah,
It's just like
making
that.
yourself a priority.
Correct, correct. You can be a good mother, you can be a good wife, but you should be a good person to yourself too.
Yeah, that's really great
Yeah.
sentiment. I love that. Do you have a favorite sport?
I love to play badminton.
Badminton.
I
Interesting. I've
love.
played it a little bit in high school as part of sports and recreation. Do they have a badminton club in Toronto?
I never went to a badminton club in Toronto. I was looking for, but I used to play with my friends living with me on the streets and all that. When I was in high school, I was a very sporty, athletic person. I used to be in races. I used to be once there was no one there was one player missing from a basketball team, and my PT teacher was like, "Oh, would you like to come?" I'm like, "I never played basketball." He was like, "Okay, you will play well. I'll just teach you." He
Just
just
bounce
told
the
me
ball.
five.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, it was very fun. I'm like, okay. He just told me for 5 minutes, what do you have to do? And I think I was the one to make 3 goals aside of the all players.
Oh my goodness. Maybe you
Yeah,
should be a
without any.
basketball player. Sounds like you have a natural
Oh
talent.
no. I want to do everything. Like when I was growing up, I was having different dreams every single day. One day I was like, I want to be a pilot. Other day I was like, I want to be army officer. Other day I was like, no, I want to be a doctor. So I was like, what should I do where I can become all of them, where I can experience everything?
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, there's just one person who can do everything in his life or in her life. That is an actor. You'll get
Mm,
different roles. You'll get to play different characters. You'll get to enter in different people's mind and think like them and act like them. So that would be a very very fun thing. I have not started my acting career as of yet,
mhm.
but yes, I know I will, and I will be that personality that will inspire a lot of young people around the world to dream,
Beautiful.
to not stop believing in themselves. Yes, so
Lovely. So, aspiring actor, that's one of your long-term goals then.
correct, yeah.
Do you have a favorite season?
Well, I like all seasons. I don't
You
know
like all
why.
of them. Good.
I,
You're just
I
happy
like
all
all
the
of
time.
them. But when it's sunny, I feel like sun is smiling at me. When it's rainy, I feel like God is just showering his love on me. When it's snowing, I just love to be in snow, and I love to feel like I'm a lead character of some movie and stand in snow and all that.
Lovely, just experiencing. Did you get a 4 proper seasons in India? Because India is quite warm, isn't it?
It is, and this year it's very very warm. The summers have been started now for like 2 months ago. It's
Oh,
the
wow.
temperature goes to 40 to 50 degrees Celsius in some parts of India, and the heat wave is so bad. I'm like, what if that temperature comes here? We would not able to survive.
Yeah, I guess that's global warming, right? Just
Yes,
everything keeps getting hotter or keeps getting colder depending
correct,
where you
correct.
are.
So
Yeah,
they
very
basically
scary.
have three seasons that I would say, summer, winters, and there's this spring season that comes in September or October, because at the end of October it starts winters. So that is a good season that I like the most in India. I don't like summers in India because
Too
it's
hot.
too hot.
Too hot. But yes, 15 degrees is too hot.
Yeah, it is too hot. You can't even the electricity is gone all day. You
Yeah,
can't even
wow.
turn on anything, the fan or the air conditioning or other things. But I'm planning that whenever I'm visiting India, I'm never going back in summers.
Yeah, that would have been a nice surprise when you got here, I imagine. All the houses are really well insulated. There are always a lovely temperature. Um, Back where in Australia, we do not insulate houses. So, whatever temperature it is outside, it is inside. So, I very much
Oh,
enjoy the nice indoor temperatures here.
same with me. Same with me. I was like, okay, it's winter, but it's heat in there, and it's
It's
summer.
lovely.
It's
Yeah.
cold in here. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, beautiful. It's interesting. So our
Yeah,
countries have that in common. I think that they could probably learn a thing or two from Canadian insulation though, because it's
actually,
lovely.
yes, it is no doubt.
Do you have a favorite vacation that you have been on?
My favorite one. Uh, there's a place in India, Himachal, that I loved. I lived there for actually, it was not a vacation, but my father was in army. So we used to go around with him whenever he's going somewhere. So I
Uh-huh.
lived there for 3 years when I was growing up. It was not a vacation, I agree with that, but I can't remember the vacation I enjoyed the most other than that.
Yeah. What did
Yeah,
you like about that region?
that region was very good. The in point of matter that the weather there was very different from the place we used to live in Punjab.
Mhm.
It was very different there. It was very, okay. It was not that cold. It was not that hot. It was very good weather. And the other thing I liked, I made friends other than my culture, other than my religion, or other than the people I know. I used to just loved interacting with them. I think this is the thing that I'm having when I was growing up. I love people who are not from my culture or my society or my
Mhm.
a particular religion, so that I can know more from them, so that I can be a person who can mix up well with them.
I imagine that you really enjoy Canada then because it is a very multicultural society.
Correct. I didn't expect it that Canada would be this multicultural society. So when I came here, when I looked at people, I'm like, wow, I have came in heaven, bro.
I have found my place.
Correct. This is what I was living for.
Beautiful. I feel the same. The cuisine that is available here is delightful. You can pick almost any country in the
Yes.
world, and there will be a shop in Toronto that sells it, and I enjoy that so much.
Correct, correct, correct. I agree with you with this point 100%.
Here's a fun question for you. If you
Hmm.
were given a genie lamp that would grant you three wishes, what would you wish for?
The three wishes. So the first wish for me would be if I can change the thinking of the people, because there is a lot of negativity all around the world.
Mm,
If you want to grow up, people will just pull your legs down. They'll not encourage you. If you want to do something different, they'll like, oh, shut up. No one has done this thing. They can just be positive. Okay, no one has done this thing. You can do it. Go ahead. The first
a
thing would be if
positive
I can just,
mindset.
yeah, positive mindset to people. The second thing I would like to wish would be if I can just, erase this discrimination against caste, race, or cultures, if there should be just everyone should live with each other as humans, not as okay, I am part of this culture, I want to be in this one, and I'm part of that culture, I want to be in this one, or
Mm,
this hate that's going on against race or color or all that stuff, and this violence going on that's creating all these things, that thing.
yeah.
And the third thing I would like to wish would be this this craze of people becoming successful, becoming rich. They're just losing themselves. They are not able to
Mm,
find what they really want to do. They just want to be successful. They just want to be rich, and they don't really care what's happening in the world all around. So if
mm,
this thing ends up that we want to achieve this or this, in spite of that, if this thing comes up that okay, if we do it in a good way, if there's something we can take care of, we can give humans, and that could bring a good cause to society, that would be a great thing. In that way you can be successful, you are beneficial to people, and people will love you more. It's not like, okay, you just have to see for yourself. So these would
Yeah,
be three things that I would love.
community mindset. I
Yes.
really love those wishes because they're based on making the world better for everyone. And I think that's really beautiful.
I heard this line somewhere from, it's actually from my favorite actor, Shah Rukh from India. He said that this world should be a better place because you exist in it. And
Yes.
from that day on, I was like, what can I do to make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a beautiful quote. Do you have any creative outlets or
Mm,
creative hobbies?
I I love to sing. I love to play guitar.
Beautiful. Music.
I yes, I love to paint sometimes. I really don't have that skill of painting, but I really love to paint.
I think that's a
Coloring.
beautiful thing about arts. You don't have to be good at it to enjoy it. Even
Correct.
if you're a bad artist and no one ever sees your painting, you still get all the benefits of reducing stress,
Stress.
promoting neurogenesis, getting better memory, motor skills. It gives you a dopamine rush, which is literally the happy brain
Correct.
chemicals. So,
Yeah.
yes, I think it's important when people do arts, it's not to be good necessarily. It's nice if you are, but just to enjoy it because it feels good.
Yeah, and whenever it's as you talked about stress right now, whenever I'm like stressed and I don't feel like to share it with anyone, I really
Mhm.
love to write it down.
Yes.
Whenever I'm going to bed, I don't want something in my head and coming in my dreams and disturbing my sleep. So I'll just
Yeah.
write it down so that I can be free. Okay, my diary knows it.
Yeah. Literally get it out. It's on the paper. Put it out in the
Yes,
universe.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
great. So obviously, we're here to talk about Miss Canada. Congratulations on
Correct.
making it to the final. You
Thank
must
you
be
so
so
much.
excited.
I am.
How did you feel when you got the email to say you have made it to the final?
I was very excited. This is my first ever pageant, and
It's
this
your
would be
first
my
pageant.
first ever competitive stage in Canada. I
Ah,
am really excited because I would love to meet girls coming all across Canada, different things. I learn different things because most of the girls, they'll be like, it will not be their first pageant. They
yes.
already have done most of the pageants, and I would like, beside the crown, I would just love to take this ability because what I want to take is, I don't want to feel jealous of someone that
Mhm.
that girl is doing better than me. I just want that, wow, she's doing better than me. How is she carrying herself? I want to learn that from her, and I want to learn. I just want to get rid of this J factor that they say that girls have.
Yes, certainly. I think that's a lovely motivation to go in with. And I think there's some online groups that the Miss Canada contestants are involved with. I've also not competed in a pageant before, and it is a competition. So I was surprised in some ways in the online communities to see that it did have a community vibe. People are being friendly and helping each other promote platforms, which is really lovely to see.
Yes, yes, it is.
How are you preparing in the lead up to the pageant?
Well, I prepare for my walk with
Of
my heels
course.
on.
Must practice walking in heels. We
Must
do not want to
practice.
fall over.
I practice a lot of interview questions, and the most important thing, I'm just getting to know myself more because it's not about how do you look, it's not about
Yes,
how do you dress up, what dress you're wearing, it's about your personality and how much
yes.
do you know yourself. Because the questions that they'll ask, it'll be like for yourself. And what if you are just like, oh, okay, okay, I have to tell this, and I don't know about that for myself. I'm like,
Mm,
no, I should know everything about just myself so that I would not be having that fillers that, oh, I don't know this thing about myself. This is the most important thing I felt that I'm learning about myself after I got that email that you need to be here. And I heard it from someone that it's just like, wow them with your charm and intelligence.
yeah, absolutely. Which you do need a very good level of self-awareness for.
Correct, correct.
Wonderful. What inspired you to enter the pageant in the first place?
So when I was growing up in India, it was like, I told you that I was very shy. I was not that extrovert person, but when I was in high school, I used to be the first girl to go up at stage and taking the mic and speak whatever is going on. And when I came here, I never got that opportunity to go on stage and inspire people to do something better. So I think if I'm feeling that I have lost that confidence, the first thing I'll get that confidence back.
Hmm.
Speaking in front of people, walking in front of crowd, and just having that Tarranpreet in me again.
It's great that you're creating your
Yeah,
own opportunities.
correct. And the second thing was, if I would go, I would learn a lot. I just want to
Yes.
grow. I just want to grow. I would learn a lot. I would learn more about how girls carry themselves. How do they take care of themselves? Because some of the people in this industry, they are like very, very busy with their pageants, with
Hmm.
their endorsements, with their brands. So I just want to know, how do they have this disciplined uh, routine that they follow, right? These are
Yeah,
the things.
it's something that I ask a lot of the contestants that I talk to. They're very accomplished. Some of them are at university full time. Some of them are working full time. Then they have pageant platforms that they work on. Do you have time for hobbies? How do you squeeze this all in?
Well, it's just like when you find something you love, when you enjoy something you love, you just keep everything aside. Like I work full time, I work 9 to 5, but I work in Toronto downtown and I live in Etobicoke. So it takes me time to travel back.
Yes.
But when I know that I'll enjoy this thing, I can do work that I don't enjoy, but I can squeeze my time in for the things I enjoy. So I just
Yeah.
come home and I'm like, okay, if I'll do something that I enjoy, the all stress of the day would be gone. If I
Yeah.
want to paint, I will. If I want to sing, I will. Anything to just get rid of that stress I'm having or that workload that I'm taking myself to bed.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Making time for the things that make you feel good, for the things you
Yes,
love.
that make you feel enjoy life, you know?
Absolutely. That's what it's about. You have to remember it's very easy to get caught up in the daily grind, go to the
Correct.
office, try to eat healthy, go to the gym, and then you sleep. But we're here to have a good time. It's very important to
Yes.
find that balance.
Yeah. Even I just love to think what my future will be like.
Hmm.
I don't want to think anything extra, anything negative, and I don't want to overthink anything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what's going on in life because it will be going on. As many problems as you're having in your
There'll
life, that means you're
always be
living an
something.
active life.
Yeah.
So that is a good. And I think how many struggles do you have in life to achieve the point of life, your point of career or ambitious or ambition you think that would be so much more to enjoy, like in hurdle race, as we can say, as many as hurdles you're crossing, it will be more fun when you'll reach the destination.
Yeah, really. I think that perspective is something that is important. So,
Correct.
it feels like a big step every time you're getting over a hurdle. But then when you
Yes.
look back, how far have you come?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
great
Even
achievement.
today, I would look back. I'm like, sometimes people are like, "Oh, I wish this would not have happened in my life."
Mm.
I'm like, why not? You have learned from that thing. If that thing would not have happened in your life, you would just be that same person. You would not have learned anything different.
You may not have evolved into who you are today. Yeah.
Correct, correct. So it's important that problems come in your life and you learn from them.
You have a beautiful perspective on life.
Thank you so much.
Of course. What do you think are the essential qualities for a Miss Canada to have?
So I think it's like, as everyone has that point of view, everyone would have different point of view. So, but my point of view in this, the Miss Canada should be bold. She should know what she's speaking and what she's doing very well, and she should align with those things, like what she says with what she do. And if
Yeah.
these two things don't align up, I don't think that can be a very good quality in a girl who's wearing a crown, because that's a platform where we can just promote very positive thinking, very much whatever the cause the girl is coming with, the queen is coming with. And I think the girl should be very confident. She should stand for what she believes in, despite thinking who is standing opposite her or against her. Whether it's the
Yeah.
whole society, whether it's her own family, it should be just like for the right that is doing good to society.
Someone who is unapologetically bold.
Correct.
A lot of people that are involved with pageants have a platform that they're promoting. Is there a cause that's close to your heart or something that you're wanting to promote through the Miss Canada pageant?
Well, I think you must have recognized by now that I stand with women a lot, because
Yes.
I have seen women suffering. I have seen women in like abusive relationships just because what society will think. I have
Mm.
seen women just saying yes to the things they don't want to do. I just want
Just because they think they
women to just
should.
stand up, to speak for themselves. Sometimes I have seen my mom too, that she would just be like, okay, just for the sake of family, okay, I'll do that. Whether she wants to do it or not, she'll just say, okay, I'll do that. It's not like you should do everything for others. You should do something for you as well, so that you enjoy this life. That God has given you this life. You should take care of yourself first,
Mm.
of your heart first, and then you can think of other people. Because when you'll die, no one will die with you.
Yeah,
You
certainly.
should be happy throughout your life. Doesn't matter who is thinking what. The second cause of mine would be just promoting this positive thinking. So I went live on TikTok just yesterday, after 2 years. I used to
Okay.
be live in 2020, and in between I was just okay. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it anymore, because I was very much busy with my work and all that. And when I went live, there were some people commenting this wrong shit, and I'm like, really? And some people were replying back to them. I'm like, the attention that we give to them, that just encourages them to say more.
Yeah.
Just avoid them. Just don't reply to them. They'll know that they are talking shit, and they'll just go back.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
just
give
like
them the
that.
power of acknowledging
Correct,
acknowledgement. Yeah.
correct. Yeah, some people are like, you're very free, you're sitting on live. I'm like, yes, I am free, and you are free because you're watching it.
And thank you for enjoying me.
Yeah.
What is your TikTok in case people would like to follow you on there?
It's my first and last name, Tarranpreet underscore Chahal. So my last name is Chahal.
Perfect. Perfect.
Correct. Yeah.
I believe from your notes on the Miss Canada site as well, you are also looking to raise awareness for mental health. I guess that ties
Um,
into being positive and having a positive outlook on life.
Correct, correct. So I have been in depression for some while, where
Mm.
I just didn't want it to live. And that had been useful for me, because I got to learn a lot for that. Um, I used to work night shifts in a hotel, and I used to just turn off the lights, sit in a corner. I know something is eating me up inside, but I didn't want it to uh, take it out. It's just like something is in me, but I don't want to take it out, and I
Mm.
didn't know how to take it out. So after that, I was like, no one should feel like they don't want to live anymore. Never
Yeah,
in lifetime, because this life is so precious that you have to live for yourself, not for anyone else. So that's the main reason I want to raise mental health awareness, because people think it's nothing. It's depression is nothing. You should not
mm,
go to a psych. It will be okay, but it's not. If you are feeling low, if you don't feel like talking to anyone, if you want to cry but you can't cry, the tears are not coming from your eyes, you should see a specialist for that. Just don't ignore these things, because these things can become very, very bad if we just ignore it. And it should be very normal to speak about these causes, because as we speak about health related issues, I'm suffering from this, we are just very comfortable talking to people, I'm suffering from this, but we are not comfortable telling people that, okay, I was having this psychological problem. It is as normal as our health issues, because brain is also part of our health. And if something good, something is not good with our brain and we are not thinking good, that is the main cause for all the health issues, I think, as well.
absolutely. Mental health is health.
Correct.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I'm glad that to see that you're feeling better now and doing better. Depression is something that is very common
Correct.
for people that are going through that. You had mentioned seeing a specialist to get help, which is a great recommendation. Do you have any other advice?
Well, you can talk to people who you think they trust you more. And the second thing that I learned from that phase was I started journaling. I
Hmm.
write a lot. I never keep something in me, because as long as we keep that thing that talks, that negative thinking inside us or inside our brain, it will just destroy us. So you just, if you don't want to talk to anyone, you can just write it down in a book, in a notebook, wherever you want it. Just take it out somehow.
Yeah, it's important to get those thoughts out. I agree.
Correct, correct.
For those who are watching and are inspired by you and what you're doing, and they're now thinking about entering a pageant, what would you say to them?
Just do whatever you want to do with a good cause. You should know that what you are doing, that is for a good cause, for humanity, for society. Never pull someone's leg stating you can't do this. You have no right to say anything to anyone dreaming big. There's nothing wrong in dreaming big. You can, like, life is, and God is so so important in your life that if one day you are on footpath, the other day you'll be mentioned. You never know what's going to happen. The life can go from 0 to 100 real quick,
Hmm.
real
Yeah,
quick. So never underestimate anyone. And if you think that, okay, that person is not really good, doesn't matter if it's in uh, health wise, if it's in beauty wise, if it's in wealth wise, you don't know, tomorrow that person will be above you, and you
mm,
might be at the same place. So never ever make fun of anyone. Just try to help everyone. And just the main thing is that you should be spreading positivity. You should have that good cause to do whatever you are doing, and you should just keep achieving whatever you are dreaming of today. And
that's
if
beautiful.
you really want it from your heart, it will come true. Doesn't matter, because the universe is just coming back with whatever you are giving universe.
Yeah, put out what
Yeah,
you want to get back.
correct, correct. And the day I learned this, I'm like, a lot of problems from my life has gone.
Wonderful. So
I'm
you
taking
had this idea, you've implemented it, and you have seen the rewards.
I'm taking responsibility for my actions, and I'm not getting upset anymore. Because if
That's
we
great.
blame others for things, it will just get upset.
Negative emotions, it's something that they grow. If you hold on to them, they get
Correct, they
bigger and
grow.
bigger and bigger and affect more and more aspects of your life. So yes, as you'd mentioned, letting them go is so important.
Yes, it is. Sometimes we should just forgive people. It's on you if you want to forgive and forget. That is, I never believe in this thing that you should forgive and forget. No, you should just let them go. Okay, I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life.
Yeah. Take the
That is
lesson for what it was and move on to be your better self.
correct. Correct. Don't forget. You should know what happened and what you have learned. But just don't think all about it. Just
Yeah.
wasting your time.
Don't dwell on it. Not worth your time.
Correct.
Certainly not.
Correct.
Thank you so much. It has been a delight talking to you. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Same here. Same here. Thank you for having me. It was fun to talk to you.